Hey, what's going on Facebook and YouTube? Thank you so much for joining Let's Face It live show with your coach, Shakima S. Perry. So I'm super excited to be on. I'm so sorry for the delay. Something happened that came up that I was like, all right, I'm still going to do the show, but I got to change the time. You know, some of you guys probably sleep, but it's okay. Just wake up and catch the replay. All right. So I hope y'all guys are having a great Friday. It is now Friday. Y'all know some of y'all guys are excited about the weekend and, have work. Some of you guys may have to work, but it's okay. Get that money, get that cheese. But anyway, so I got a great topic tonight. We're going to be talking about it. So anybody that jumps on, please share this live video. I want other people to be blessed about the things we're going to talk about tonight. And what I want to go over is the purpose of the show. So what is the reason why Shakima S. Perry does this show, Let's Face It Live, right? Live show. The reason behind the show is bringing up topics, bringing up issues, bringing up just regular, everyday things that we may think about or need resolutions for. We bring those up and we give resolutions to people that are looking for resolutions in certain areas. So that's what we do. We give resolutions. We don't just bring up issues. We give actual resolutions to help people. That's what this show is about, is to help people to grow, help people to have insight on certain things that they may not maybe be confident in. So this show is supposed to bring people confidence, bring people to a place like, oh, it's not that hard as I thought. Sometimes we have thoughts in our mind and we think that things are difficult and it may not be as difficult. So that's what the reason and the purpose of the show. And I go over the purpose of the show for a reason, because I want people to know why I do this. Let's face it, is not just I'm selling products and I'm trying to get you to buy something from me. No, I do bring products up that may be assistance, may be of help to you. If you decide to purchase it or not, that's up to you. But I give you strong, I give you valid, I give you something that you can take away from the show. You could take something away from the show and feel like, okay, I feel better about the situation. So that's what it's about. So please, that's why I say share. I don't share. I don't want to tell you to share just to be funny or share because I want to be this big star. Or I want everybody looking at me. It's not about me. It's about the Lord. It's about Jesus Christ. It's about really giving practical steps to help people. That's what this show is about. I know I'm long-winded with this, but I'm saying this for a reason. Just so you know where my heart is. I want you to know about me and where I'm looking at it, how I view it, right? So tonight's topic is a great topic. So this is, let me put up the topic on tonight. So this is season 2, episode 22, how to turn your hobby into a business. It's season 2, episode 22. Topic is how to turn your hobby into a business. Okay. So we're going to go over some issues. So what issues we have when it comes to having a hobby, right? So let me see. Someone's saying something. Hey, Nadira, thank you so much for joining. I know you got your show coming up soon. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. So, so what is the issues when it comes to a hobby, having a hobby, right? And I know you're like, why is issues having a hobby? I mean, it can be, but it's not really issues, bad issues. But a lot of times hobbies, we're going to get into, because I'm going to tell you what, the issues are. So one issue of having just a hobby, doing something only for a hobby reason, it does not make you money. So having a hobby may not make you enough money, or just money in general. There's nothing wrong with having a hobby, but I think that a lot of times when you have a hobby, not saying everything's about money, But you always have to look at it like maybe this something can be turn into something, right? I don't want to give the resolution, but I'm just saying. So maybe not making enough money, that could be an issue with a hobby. It is not a consistent way for it to grow. So if you're doing something as a hobby, say you just baking cakes and different things like that, is not consistent enough for it to grow into something else, right? So that's an issue with the hobby. It is not taken seriously because when you have a hobby like me, I had a hobby. Really, let me see. I had a hobby playing. I guess I could call it a hobby, like basketball. Like I used to play basketball, and I used to play on a team, but it was kind of like a hobby, and then it became serious. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to be in a WNBA. I was like, oh, I could be in the WNBA, but they was like, you ain't that good. So I'm like, how you hating? Stop hating on me. But anyway, it like a hobby for basketball can turn into something serious, right? So it may not be taken seriously. It is just something to do or on your spare time, right? So you okay, I have something to do. It's a hobby, right? Another thing with the issue with the hobby is it will not become a full-time thing because it is not sustainable. So if you have a hobby and it is looked upon and is not serious, it's not going to be sustainable if you decide to go full-time in it, right? Because it's a hobby, right? It's something that you do here and there. Let me just do this. I didn't do this, but I'm going to look up the word hobby. I thought about that earlier. Let me look it up. So hobby definition. An activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. So it's just for pleasure. So you do it a lot. You do a decent amount, but it's just for pleasure, right? So that's what a hobby is. So, so those are the issues I had when it came to hobbies, right? But I have I'm gonna do a commercial. We're gonna take a commercial break. When we get back, I'm gonna give you some tools that help you that you can turn something into a business, a hobby, something that you do maybe here and there, and you can actually turn into something great, right? Because hobbies are fine. There's nothing wrong with hobby, but I'm just kind of, tonight is turning your hobby into a business, right? So just take a look at this commercial. Let me just take this off here. And we'll be right back. And I'm going to give you some resolutions of what we just discussed. All right. All right. So tune in. All right. So hold on one second. I'm going to put on this commercial. Introducing Unlimited Faith. Pre-order your copy today. Go to www.gleebargaincenters.com. Get your faith pumped to a new level. You will never be the same after you read this book. Go get your copy today. Don't wait. All right, so we are back. So I just want to share a little story with you when it comes to my business. So years ago, I wanted to start a business, and the business is now Glee Bargain Centers, which is my store. So what happened was I was, starting the process of turning that into a business, but it was kind of a hobby. And the reason why I say that, I wasn't being consistent with it. I sold t-shirts and I did different things. And actually, before I did the t-shirts, I had other stuff on my store. I had not iPads. It wasn't no iPad. It was a bootleg iPad, but it was like tablets and all these different type of variety items, right? So I had this on my store, and at the time I was in process. It wasn't official. I didn't officially have my business license, but I was starting to sell, and it was kind of like a hobby. The reason why I say that, because I did it on my free time. It wasn't taken seriously. It wasn't like something that I did daily. It's because I'm being honest. I wanted to do it consistently, but I got discouraged. And sometimes you can be putting something out there, like you could say I'm selling cakes or I'm selling certain things. You put it out there initially as a hobby, like I'm selling dishes or food or something like that. So with me, I just was selling all these multiple things and nobody was buying it. So it was kind of like a hobby. I did it here and there, then I stopped, then I went, then I stopped and go, stop and go, stop and go. So I realized that I was making my business. So it was like I was creating a business, but I was making my business into a hobby. And you have to realize that if you're looking to grow, if you're looking to go to the next level, you have to have the mindset change and say, hey, this is not a hobby. This is my business. This is something that is going to sustain me and my family one day. So I had to come to that realization that this is not a hobby. So I had to do a revamp of my store, revamp of everything. And I really took it seriously. You know, at the time it was like, oh, I was discouraged. I was this. So a lot of times a hobby can become a business. It could be something so simple. Like I talked about baking cakes. It could be washing cars, or it could be washing windows. I know someone that started washing like big houses windows, like you know, people that have 5, 6 bedrooms, and they start washing their windows and they start making money from it, and they made it into a business. Like I wash your windows. Like I know that sounds crazy, but you can turn pretty much any hobby into a business. It can be a business if you especially enjoy doing it, if you're passionate about it. So with me, that's what it was. It was a hobby for me at first, and then it became something more like a business, right? So you're gonna go over the issues when it comes to the hobby. So the one of the issues we talk about, it does not make enough money. So the reason why a lot of times a hobby doesn't make enough money because you do it on your free time. Like you do it here and there, but it's not something that you take seriously. Like, okay, I'm setting this up for my business. So if you're someone that's doing something that you're really passionate about, do some research on it. Do some research on that particular field and start trying to get your business license. I have a class that you can get your LLC. But, you know, more so look at it on a bigger scale, a bigger picture, you know. So the reason why I'm not making enough money, because you're not really looking at it in a way that is a money maker. Like you could be something so small. I remember like these kids. I don't know if y'all guys remember, like years ago, they was making these bottle caps. They used bottle caps, and they made little happy faces on it or something like that. And they started selling them, and they made millions of dollars. So I mean, it probably was a hobby at first, like, oh, I just like making battle cats with little faces on it. And then they turned it into a business, like multi-million dollar business. Like you could turn pretty much anything into a multi-million dollar business. Like, but it has to be looked upon as a business. So it has to be a mindset shift. So you can no longer look at your hobby as something like that, like, you know, something that you just do on your spare time, but you look at it like, you know, this is my business. I'm going to take this seriously and I'm going to put more into it. So that's when you get to a point and you start making more money in that area, right? It is not a consistent way for you to grow. So when you actually, just to put myself out there, to be an entrepreneur, I have to be consistent, right? And by me being consistent, I have setbacks. I do have setbacks in my business. But by me being consistent, I start to grow. And what I mean, oh, okay, Rashonda said, no, that don't sound crazy. Taking your ability to create wealth is witty. Thank you. Thank you. So what happens is when you become consistent, right? So when I became consistent in my business, right? Sometimes I had setbacks in my business, but my consistency helped me to grow as a person, having durability, having sustainability, being somebody that can sustain and still go, having endurance, being endurance. So it builds something in me. So being consistent helped me to grow. So if you decide to change your hobby into something on another level, like a business, it helps you to grow as a person when you're consistent. And it helped me. And then what happens is that consistency will actually change the dynamic of my business, because now I have people reach out to me and say, hey, Shakima, I need you. Like literally today, I went to get my hair done. You see my hair fresh? So fresh and so clean, clean. Hey, let me stop. Oh God, I get my hair stuck in my hair. But I had somebody, I'm talking about my book. My book is about to be fully released next week. I'm super excited to show y'all guys. I'm gonna have the physical book. So what happened was I'm talking about my book to like my hairstylist. She doing my hair and I say, hey, my second book's coming out. I'm a self-publisher. I self-published it, blah, 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 going all like getting so super excited. And what happened was the lady that was getting her hair done right in front of me, she like, oh, I heard you talking about books. You the lady that talk about the books. And I was like, yeah, I'm talking about books. And she was like, oh, I need your phone number. I need your phone number. I need to connect with you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. She's like, I need your number before you leave. I'm like, okay. She literally gave me her iPhone. Like she unlocked her phone, gave me her iPhone for me to put her number in her phone. Like literally. She don't know me from Adam. She don't know me from Adam. And she's like, all right, just put your number in my phone. Like she trusts me like that. I'm like, that girl, you don't know me from Adam. I could steal your iPhone. She gave me her iPhone. I put her number. She said, I'm gonna call you. She said, what's a good time to call you? I said, after 10 a.m. She said, okay, I'm gonna call you. Right. So that's what happens when it came to, me being serious, no longer a hobby. This is my business and I take it seriously. So what happens is you grow and then people start to reach out to you that you be like, wow, that's amazing. So consistency helps you to grow as a person, but also grow your business. Because I'm growing as a person because I have the endurance, but I'm also growing my business because I'm getting clients. People are reaching out, right? Another thing is not taken seriously, right? So this is the third one, not taken seriously. So what that means is if you decide, like the resolution to take it seriously is start setting a schedule, start setting certain things in your say, for example, you want to make your hobby into a business, start setting a schedule of when you do it. Instead of being at your free time, do it when it may be inconvenient. Like what I would say is like, instead of saying, oh, I don't have time, whatever, it could be late at night, like when your kids are asleep. So say, for example, you put your kids to bed like 9 p.m. That's when you start working on your business. That may be inconvenient because that's not your spare time, but you're making time for that now. Now, this is something becoming real and more serious. So you're making time for that business. So you start setting a schedule and a time frame. Sometimes a lot of people, and I tell people, maybe do it very early in the morning before your kids get up, or do it at late at night, especially if you have a family. So when you do that, you're sacrificing time in this hobby turning into a business, no longer that you're looking at it and you're taking it very seriously, right? So that's what I would suggest for someone that has children. I don't have kids, but I would suggest that because a lot of times that's when you can really work. Sometimes you have to work maybe 12 midnight. I know when I first wrote my first book, and I was working a full-time job, I had times I was up to 2, 3 in the morning working. I was writing 2, 3 in the morning, typing up my book, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock. And I had to be at work at 6:50 a.m. I had times I had 2 hours of sleep. And I know that's not healthy. I'm not saying do that all the time. But when you really take your hobby into a business, you're taking it seriously, then that's when you're going to start seeing results in that field, right? So I took my book seriously and I saw results because when I actually came out with my book, when I released my first book, I sold hundreds of books, hundreds, okay? And some people were like, man, I can't sell 2. I sold hundreds. It's only because I took it seriously, right? And what we're going to do is, I don't want to go through all because I think I went through a lot of them. Actually, I went through more than I'm supposed to. We're going to take another commercial break. And when we get back, I'm going to give you some more resolutions. I hope you enjoying the show. Type that you, I would say, type this. Let me see. I'm trying to think of a word. Type, if the show is good, type good in the comments. I'm going to say type good in the comments. All right. So we're going to go to another commercial break. And when we get back, we will talk more about how to turn your hobby into a business. All right. So check out this commercial and we'll be right back. Don't have time for your promotional graphics, event flyers, logos? Check out Super Dope High Quality Done For You Graphics. We will create 10 high quality graphics for you. Go to bit.ly/dope graphics one to purchase. This is for a super low price. Let's get to work and grow your business. All right, so we are back. All right, so another issue that we was talking about, it is just something to do on your spare time. So kind of going back to making that schedule, like it's no longer your spare time. Now you like, I'm taking it seriously. I'm going to do my research. I'll tell you about doing research. Find out more in that field. Find out another thing. Find out who is actually booming in that field. Like, say, for example, you want to be the next top baker, right? Like, oh, I want to learn how to find out people that are doing good in that field that's baking a butt off. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but baking like crazy, meaning like they making money and their cakes, their stuff is on point. Start following them. Start implementing some of the things they do. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? Start doing that. That's going to help you to kind of, be encouraged, and you start making your schedule. You no longer do it on your spare time. You're doing it in times that, may be a little inconvenient, because now you're taking it more seriously. It's not something just like you just do. You're more so like, hey, I have a purpose for what I'm doing now, right? Another thing, it will not become a full-time thing because it's not sustainable. So when you actually decide to make your hobby a business, it can become sustainable. Even my business, the thing that I have 3 businesses, and then I have 4 streams of income. 3 businesses, 4 streams, 3, 4. How do you do that? 3, 4. So I have a business. I have 3 businesses that are officially businesses, and I have another way that I make money. So sometimes what happens is you have to kind of figure out, what can I do that's going to be sustainable? Like, meaning building my business and maybe working it for a few years. I can actually leave my job because now I'm setting up things. I'm setting up to make it sustainable. Another thing I can share with you when it comes to full time, save your money. Save your money. I cannot stress that enough. I'm going to tell you, I saved up a year's salary before I left my job. Pretty much a year. I think it's like a little bit below what I would make in a year, but it was pretty much a year's salary, like a regular year salary. Like some people make $35,000 a year. That's what I'm talking about. 35, 45, $50,000. Save up. Your 401k, you can turn that around and increase that, put that in stocks. There's so many different things you can do. And your hobby, when you become actually, turn it into a business and you become more serious, that could be sustainable to you, that you can actually leave your job, but you got to be prepared. So that's what it is. You have to kind of transition. The mindset has to change. You have to save your money. And you have to really take that thing seriously. And then when you do that, then you will see results and you will start to see things shift in your life. Like, I'm being honest, when it comes to people like reaching out to me and saying, hey, you doing this? I do book coaching. I'm actually going to be pushing, and not pushing, but I don't say pushing, but I'm actually going to be sharing that I will be doing personal one-on-one book coaching. You can actually write your book, publish your book with me, be a self-publisher for a great price, and you don't have to pay a whole lot of money. Oh my God, I'm about to like help y'all guys. I'm ready, but that's not coming out until later. But I'm just saying that what happens is you got to be ready. You got to get yourself geared up to certain things. Like me personally, I wasn't ready in 2017 to leave my job. I didn't have nothing saved. I had my 401k, but my 401k wasn't that much. So it's like, you got to build into that. You got to build into doing certain things. You got to trust God as well. Like, that's important. So what I would say for, you guys, if you're looking to turn your hobby into a business, the first thing is start researching that hobby and what you're doing. Be passionate about it. Research that hobby. Once you research it, start getting that LLC together. Once you get that LLC together, then start scheduling yourself to put it and implement it in your schedule, even if it's inconvenient. And then you're going to start to see some type of wealth start turning in. I mean, some type of, you start to see some type of revenue coming in. And when you start seeing that revenue coming in on greater levels, then start saving that money. Start saving a portion of that business money you're making. Don't just go ahead and make money and then spend it. Save a portion of it. I would say save 1/3. Like if you make $100 or say $90, okay, I'm trying to think of a third of 100. So like my math is not that great, but 90. So if you make $90, put $30 away. Don't spend all of it. Put $30 away and put that in your savings, or put that in like some type of investment so that money can grow. So when you do that, and all that money, when you're not spending all that money, you're having savings, you're having things that's going to be sustainable to you and your family. Okay? So making your hobby into a business can be beneficial because you always like doing it anyway, right? You do it for fun. Now you can do it for an income, either part-time, because you don't have to necessarily go full-time, either part-time or full-time. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. If y'all guys have any questions, put it in the comments. If you have any questions for me, put it in the comments for me. If you have any type of questions. So just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go and jump into something else because I'm gonna jump off. I'm not gonna be on here long tonight. So I'm gonna share something with you. So let me see. Hold on. All right. So did you see that super duper fly commercial with like dun, 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 dun. Did you see that? Y'all was liking that commercial, right? Check out this super low price graphics package, right? Get 10 for the price of 2. So pretty much you're paying for 10, you're paying for 2 graphics for the price, and you're getting 10 graphics. I make graphics. I make it blows your mind. Like I have a customer. This customer actually pushed me to make this particular package because I was already gonna make a package, and she was like, "Hey, do you do this?" I'm like, "Yes, let me go ahead and send this to you." But you get 10 graphics professionally made by me. Okay, I do have a team as well, and I have someone that's on my team that does amazing graphics. Someone on my team did my book cover, killed it. So of course, if I get, I'm not gonna say if, when I get a lot of customers, we're gonna both be doing it because that's why you have a team. That's why you have an assistant. I have 2 assistants. So if you actually interested, go to bit.ly/dope graphics 1. Okay. You can get this graphics package. You'll get your full graphics within 5 to 7 business days. You're pretty much going to sign a questionnaire, what you're looking for. Is going to be complete edits. So anything I need to edit, I'm going to edit. I'm not going to have like a minimal. Now, only time I will probably do a minimal edit is when I get a bunch of customers and I can't handle it. But of course, I want to make sure that you love it. I'm not going to give you something. I'm not going to give you junk. That's not how I roll. That's not how I do. So check out this super low price graphics package, which is super dope, high quality, done for you graphics. That's the name of it. I know it's long. So you get 10 graphics for the price of 2. Go to bit.ly/dope graphics 1. Check out this package. Okay. You're going to love it. And I'll put it in the chat when we're actually done. All right. And another thing I have to share with you, and I'm going to jump off. I hope you're enjoying the show tonight. Okay. And if you want, let me see. I think somebody have a comment. Rashonda said informative. Amen. Thank you so much. So, if you are interested in being part of this amazing show called Let's Face It. You see me, I'm in the camp. Face it. Let me stop. I never did that before. That's the first time I got in the camera like that. But anyway, if you want to be a part of this amazing show, Let's Face It Live with Shakima S. Perry, Coach Shakima S. Perry, Go to purpose2promise@gmail.com and email me. Let me know what you want to talk about. We're not going to talk about anything. If it fits the show, I'll be more than happy for you to be a part of this show. So go to purpose2promise@gmail.com, email me, let me know what you want to talk about. If it fits the show, you definitely will be on this season. And if you have any topics you want to talk about, I stress this a lot because I need help. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, what you want to talk about? What you want to hear from me? What you want to hear from my guests? I'm going to pull it out of them. I'm going to pull it out of myself. Pull it out. That's what I'm going to do. Let me stop. But let me know what you want to talk about. Go to purpose2promise@gmail.com. Email me topics as well. I will truly, truly appreciate it. But pretty much we are done for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Let's Face It. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a great night. And what we gonna do? What? Let's face it. Have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.